Welcome to SmartrMail. My name is Stuart and I like to teach people how to make more money using email marketing. And today we're going to be talking about how to grow your email list. So an email list is important because email is one of the only methods of communication you have as a marketer that you truly own. And nobody can take that away from you. And email, most importantly, is free. So you stand a lot to gain by having a really strong email list, and I'm going to tell you how to grow it. Maybe you're just getting started and you don't have an email list yet. Maybe you've got a few subscribers here and there, but you're not really utilizing them and they're not really growing. Well, I'm going to show you exactly how we're going to get more subscribers. So the first thing I just want to mention about an email list is that everyone that's subscribed to your email list actually wants to hear what you have to say. Unlike most other forms of marketing, you're in a really good position there to get money out of these people. I wish I had said that in a more polite way, but you get what I mean. And that's why email marketing is probably the most powerful form of digital marketing, because there's a level of consent with your customers, with your audience, that just isn't really there with any other form of like targeted advertisements. And even though we're talking about e-commerce today, growing your email list isn't just for businesses. It's also for political parties, for influencers, for basically anyone who wants to keep close contact with their audience. Because the magic about email is that it's a one-way tunnel straight to the customer. There's no one getting in between you and your audience. We're going to make a pop-up that offers a 15% off discount. There's lots of ways to do it. Today we're talking about business, so I'm going to assume that you already have a Shopify store or a store of some sort. Now, pop-ups have a bad reputation, I get it, but they work for businesses and most people won't have a problem with a pop-up that appears on your store if you're offering something of value. So this is the first mistake a lot of people make. They'll add a pop-up to their store. It's easy to do. There's heaps of apps available on the Shopify app store, but they won't offer any reason for them to sign up. Monetary value is a great place to start out, but I understand it's not feasible for every single business. It's not always feasible to do a 15% off discount, a 5% off discount. If that's out of the question, there's also things like ebooks. I've spoken to a few small business owners and they get a lot of questions about how to make rings, how to make lingerie. So if you can compile some of your notes into an ebook, I think there's a market for you there. Another method that's pretty popular is doing a competition. Give us your email address and fill out this form and you'll go into the running to win something. So this is a really good way to not only get email addresses, but also get data. So the thing about email lists is that you want to focus on segmenting your lists. So segmentation is a big part of an effective email list. So knowing which of your customers are men, which are women, where they live, how old they are. These are things that we can use to target emails specifically at customers to get them more engaged and hopefully convert them into a paying customer. So when you're doing a competition and there's a high value reward, then customers are more likely to give away more information. But if we're just setting up a pop-up, the more information we ask from them, the less likely a subscriber will actually want to give us their email address. So with that out the way, I'm going to show you how to actually set up a pop-up that's going to start collecting emails. If you haven't installed SmartrMail, I've already done a video on this. I'll link it down below, or maybe it'll pop up here or here. I don't know which side. So here we are, SmartrMail. We're going to go up here to pop-up, obviously, and we're going to go to new pop-up. Pop-up, that's as good a name as any. So here we can create a list, and this goes back to segmentation. So maybe this list will be a 15% off discount. So if this 15% off pop-up is effective on the user, I can sort of safely assume that this user is motivated by money or value, and I can weave that into my marketing going forwards. But if I was doing an ebook pop-up, I could name this the jeweler's pop-up. And if they subscribe for the jeweler's ebook, I could pretty reasonably assume that this particular customer was interested in jewelry, and that would help me market to them going forward. So let's create this list, 15% off. Let's do the techie desktop. This is a pretty great looking pop-up already. I really don't need to do much here. SmartrMail's done basically all the work for me, but I could also change it to sign up to a newsletter for 15 off. Done? Okay. Now this looks pretty good already. All I'm gonna add here is, I'm just gonna ask for their name. So basically when I'm sending them an email address, I can address it specifically to them using personalized fields. So that looks good to me. Then if we go here, our code is Tech15. Thanks for subscribing. This one is specifically for desktop only. So we'll click enable on that and that's done. So right now this email will pop up immediately as soon as the user logs onto the website, which is not a great experience. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna delay it by 10 seconds so they can have a look around the homepage for a moment or two and then it will appear. So here we can select how often we show them the pop-up. So we can do it once per week, once per day, once per fortnight, once per month. I think once per week is pretty reasonable. We can preview it here. Oh, there we go. Stuart at SmartrMail, and if they sign up. So it's important to give the discount in the pop-up. If you give it in the thank you email, thank you for signing up to our newsletter, this is what you can expect. They're gonna have to wait for it. It might be delayed by a minute or two, or maybe they'll have to log into their email address. It's not gonna make a great customer experience. So make sure you put the code in the pop-up, the thank you pop-up. Now I'm gonna show you how to enable this discount code in Shopify. So let's go. So here we are back at our Shopify store. So we're gonna go to discounts over here, create discount code, Tech15. So our code was Tech15. So now when a user enters this during the checkout phase, they'll receive a 15% off discount. It applies to all products. For me, there's no minimum requirements, but depends on your store. The important thing here is to limit it to one use per customer because we don't want customers to be getting 15% off everything. And yeah, that's basically it. Click save discount and the discount code is created. That's the advantage of Shopify, is that it's really simple to use and it's really tightly integrated into SmartrMail. So with this in place, you can definitely expect to see your email list grow slowly over time, a lot more fast than it would have if you just didn't offer the discount. Now that you've got the list, you have to use it wisely. If you want to know how to effectively market to customers through email, consider subscribing to the channel, maybe. Anyway, thanks for watching guys. Take it easy.